Good morning, second years. So I'm going to begin by correcting the homework that you had last night, and there was quite a bit of it. Just you were practicing a little bit more with solving equations that had fractions in them. So these were pretty long questions, and we'll go through them all. Question 21, we had to solve 3 bracket 2x plus 1 plus a quarter bracket 3x equal to 9. Now, as I said before, we could get rid of the fractions at this point, but my preference is to rewrite something like this as 3 bracket 2x plus 1 plus 3x over 4, just to make it look the way we're used to seeing it, equal to 9. And this means exactly the same thing. So my common denominator, there's only one fraction here, so my common denominator must be 4. I'm going to multiply each term by 4. Okay, so this is a term, that whole thing with the brackets, and it's the pluses and the equals that separate our terms. We have 1, 2, 3 terms here in this equation. There's nothing to cancel here. The 4's cancel here, and there's nothing to cancel here. And then I rewrite this. So 4 by 3 is 12. 12 bracket 2x plus 1 plus 3x equal to 4 by 9 is 36. And then I'll multiply out my brackets. 12 by 2, 24x, plus 12 by 1 is 12, plus 3x equal to 36. I'll add my like terms. 24 and 3 is 27. And I will bring the 12 to the other side, subtracting 12 from both sides to get 36 minus 12. So then that becomes 27x is equal to 24. And finally, I divide across by the coefficient, divide by 27. So x is 24 over 27. I wouldn't leave it like that. I'll simplify it, write it in its simplest form. So x is equal to 8 over 9, 8/9. We did get a fraction as our answer, and that's okay. And I wouldn't change that to a decimal because we'll get a recurring decimal. Next, question 22. We had a third by x plus 4 minus 2/5 by x plus 1 equal to 2. And again, I'm going to rewrite this so that I have each term as a single fraction. So we have x plus 4, but I'll keep it in brackets, over 3 minus, now the 2 is on the top and it stays on the top, 2 bracket x plus 1 over 5 equal to 2. So now it looks a bit more familiar to me. I want to keep saying that you don't have to do this step. It's just something that I like to do so that it looks like what we've seen before, and that can help you not get confused about what you're being asked to do. My common denominator then, I'm looking for the smallest number that both 3 and 5 will divide into, and that is 15. So I'll multiply here by 15, here by 15, and here by 15. 3 goes into 15 5 times, 5 goes into 15 3 times, and nothing divides in here. So when I rewrite this again, I've got 5 bracket x minus 4 minus, that's not 32, it's 3 times 2, so it's 6 bracket x plus 1 equal to 15 by 2, which is 30. Then I multiply out my brackets and get 5x minus 20. Remember that minus belongs to the 6, so I have minus 6x minus 6 equal to 30. We will add the like terms and then do letters left, numbers right. So 5 takes 6 is minus 1, minus 1x, minus 20 minus 6 is minus 26, equal to 30. And this becomes minus 1x, stays where it is, equals 30 plus 26. So minus 1x is equal to 56. And I change the signs, x is equal to a negative 56. When I say change the signs, what am I actually doing? I'm dividing both sides by a minus 1, so that becomes plus. and that becomes minus. X is equal to minus 56. Now, question 23. We had 3 over 7, bracket 2x plus 1, minus 1 over 2, bracket 3x minus 1, equal to 1 over 5. And I just want to remind you, you can multiply across by whatever the common denominator would be. I think it is a 70. Yeah, we have to go as far as 70 before we get a number that they all go into. And I could multiply this by 70, this by 70, and this by 70 without writing them as single fractions first. So this step is just to make it look the same as what we've done before. And if you don't want to do that, that is okay. The thing about maths, there's multiple ways of doing the same thing, and I have no problem with you using your own method to solve things, so long as you understand it and you're getting the answer right. So my common denominator is 70. That's big, but it's the smallest number that 7 and 2 and 5 will all divide into. 7 into 70 goes 10 times, 2 into 70 goes 35 times, and 5 into 70 goes 14 times. Then I write down my brackets. I've got, now this multiplication I tend to do it in one step, 10 by 3. So I have 30 bracket 2x plus 1 minus 35 by 1, 35 by 3x minus 1 equals 14 by 1, 14. If you're starting to skip steps at this point, that's no problem. Just make sure, be careful that you're not making any mistakes. Now we'll multiply out our brackets. 3 by 2x gives us 60x plus 30 by 1 gives me 30 minus 35 by 3 is 105. X minus by minus is plus 35 equals 14. Add my like terms. 60 take 105 is negative 45x plus 65 equal to 14, and then I'll do letters left, numbers right, minus 65. So that means I have a minus 45x equal to, do you know, sometimes with some numbers I just need to check it in the calculator, 14 minus 65, because I'm likely to make a mistake when I do it in my head when they're numbers like this. So minus 51. And then I divide across by the number in front of x. I divide across by a negative 45, meaning that x is going to be minus 51 divided by minus 45. And let your calculator do that work. 3 at least will go into both of them. Minus 51 over minus 45, and that will simplify to 17 over 15, and just leave it like that. So x is 17 over 15, and no need to change it to a decimal. Okay, let's look at the next question then. Question 24. 5 over 8, 4x minus 3, plus a quarter, 2x minus 1, equal to 2/3, 3x plus 4. And I'm going to write them all as single fractions first. 5 bracket 4x minus 3, all over 8, plus 1 bracket 2x minus 1, all over 4, equals 2 bracket 3x plus 4, all over 3. My common denominator, 12, doesn't quite cut it, 24. My common denominator, the smallest number that 8 and 4 and 3 will all divide into, and that is 12. So I will multiply here by 12, here by 12, and here by 12. 8. I just said 12 wasn't good enough, didn't I? And then I went ahead and did it anyway. My common denominator is 24, not 12, because 8, unfortunately, doesn't go into 12, but it does go into 24. So 24 here and 24 here. So 8 into 24 goes 3 times, 4 into 24 goes 6 times, and 3 into 24 goes 8 times. Here's where people might make a mistake and write down something like 82, but of course that is 8 multiplied by 2, 6 multiplied by 1, 3 multiplied by 5. So 3 times 5 is 15, bracket 4x minus 3 plus 6 by 1, 6, bracket 2x minus 1 equal to 8 by 2, 16, bracket 3x plus 4. We're outside our tables now with some of these numbers, so don't be afraid to use the calculator to help you. 15 by 4 is 60, 60x minus 3 by 15 minus 45 plus 6 by 2 is 12x minus 6 by 1 is 6 equal to 16 by 3, 48 I think, but you know what, I'm going to check it because we don't want to have a mistake. 16 by 3 is 48, so 48x plus 16 by 4 should be 64, but let's just double check that. 16 by 4, 64. And then I will simplify. 60 plus 12 gives me 72x minus 45 minus 6 is minus 51 equal to 48 plus 64. And now it's 48x. Letters left, numbers right. So 72x minus 48x. When we change sides, we change signs. 64 plus 51. 72 take 48. Just because we can do it in our heads doesn't mean we should. 24. 24x equals 64 plus 51. 115. And I don't think that's going to divide in evenly. I think that the answer will just be 115 over 24, dividing by the coefficient. But I'll always check it. 115 over 24. Always check it at the end. It doesn't simplify. 115 over 24 is our answer, and that's fine. We're just leaving that answer as a fraction like that. Okay, the final question then, question 25, was 7 over 5 times 3x minus 8 plus 1/3 times 5x minus 2 equal to 1/4 by x plus 4 plus 2/3 by x minus 3. Getting a little bit messy there, sorry. So again, I'm going to write them all as single fractions because that is my preference. Keeping the top numbers on top and the bottom numbers on the bottom. 1 by 5x minus 2 all over 3 equal to 1. You don't have to write in the 1, but I wanted to make it clear what's happening with these fractions. The numerator is going with what we're multiplying, and the denominator is going on the bottom. 2 bracket x minus 3. If you don't understand why this works for some reason, let me know and I will go through it a bit more slowly. What it is this is all over 1. So it's 7 by this and 5 by 1 on the bottom, and we don't write in the 1. Now, my common denominator, I want something that 5 and 3 and 4 all go into, and the smallest number that that's true for is 60. So my common denominator here is going to be 60. Getting some big common denominators now. 60 multiplied here, 60 multiplied here, 60 multiplied here, and 60 multiplied here. 5 goes into 60 12 times, 3 goes into 60 20 times, 4 goes into 60 15 times, and 3 goes into 60 20 times. So then I will multiply 12 by 7, which is 84. You know, I'm bad at my 7 times tables, and sometimes it's worth checking it. 84 by 3x minus 8 plus 20 by 1 is 20 by 5x minus 2 equals 15 by 1 x plus 4 plus 2 by 20, 40 x minus 3. Multiply out the brackets. 84 by 3, 252. 252x. 84 by negative 8. You can even do the signs in your calculator. Minus 672. Plus 20 by 5. I know that one. It's 100. Minus 20 by 2. Minus 40 equals 15x plus 60 plus 40x minus 120. You can move things and then simplify, or simplify and then move. I prefer to simplify and move. Well, I say I prefer. I don't really mind. So I'll put the like terms together. I think it's easier to not make a mistake if you simplify before moving, but it doesn't matter. 252 plus 100 is 352x on this side. Minus 672 minus 40 is minus 712. 712. And I'm going to check that. Minus 712. 15x plus 40x is 55x. Plus 60 minus 120 is minus 60. And now I'll do letters left, numbers right. And when I change sides, I change signs. So the 55x comes over here, and the 712 comes over here. 352 minus 55 is 297. I'm dropping my x's now because I'm not being careful. So 297x equals 712 minus 60, 652. And then we divide across by the coefficient, 297. I don't know if anything simplifies here, but it's fine to have messy answers. It doesn't happen very often, but occasionally we might have a messy answer like this. I call it messy because it's not a nice neat fraction like a half or 7/8. So 652 over 297 is my answer, and it doesn't simplify any further. Okay, guys, if you can do those questions, I feel very confident that you're able to answer solving any equations with fractions in them. But if there's any part of it that you don't understand, please do let me know, and I'm very happy to spend more time on it. Okay, thank you.